to MotoAmerica in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Superbike starting grid for race number 2. Beaubier, 209.963.
Herrin, Sean Dillon Kelly, Bobby Fong, Jake Gagne, and Hayden Gillum. We have Escalante, who went really quick this morning in warm-up. Greg Yates, Benjamin Smith, Flinders, Kornbaugh, and J.D. Beach. A couple of our stock 1,000 contenders are in this race too. Danilo Lewis, De Silva, Waters, Arango, Dion Campbell, and Keith Pinkstaff. And then Joe Giannato, Storniello, and Brian Pinkstaff are going to round out your field. So we'll talk a couple things I talked with Bobby Fong about today and see if those made a difference.
Here we go. 12 laps scheduled in this one. And Josh Herrin with a little bit of a bobble, but Cameron Beaubier got a good launch. Oh man, what?
Oh, two guys got together. That's Gagne for sure. Looked like him and STK got together. So Jake's going to have to, it's just such a bummer. And anytime something happened, yeah, you can see something happened with Sean Dillon Kelly when that happened. I saw him go across, and him and Gagne got together early. And now STK's race looks like it's very compromised, as does Jake Gagne. I never saw Jake come out of turn 1, so a couple of our main guys right off the bat are out.
He was out on the grass. Yeah. Draft and pass for the lead as Cameron Beaubier heads down to turn 5 for the first time. Herrin got to be late on the brakes and block that move. All the while, Bobby Fong in 3rd spot.
How about Benjamin Smith's in 4th? This young guy yesterday didn't get to ride. He's going to get passed up the hill from Escalante, but a tremendous start from Benjamin Smith on the 78. He's running 5th. And let's have a look at this again. So you see STK. STK just kind of moved his way over to the left and touches Gagne. Man, that could have been so bad. And Gagne gets shoved off the track. Lucky he hits one of the pylons there. Is that?
That's like a time.
I think it's a timing and scoring. Yeah, element, it's a beacon for timing and scoring. You can see STK, looking at that. I'd love to see it one more time, but it looked like STK kind of made a sharp turn over to the left where Gagne was accelerating. And yeah, we'll see if either one of them continued or not. This is kind of where Beaubier wants to be, isn't it, Greg? Off the bat, he's going to be on a new, harder Dunlop front tire. He went to the 5 today, so he was talking to me a little bit in that interview, a little bit about having a feeling in the front that he wasn't as happy with. He was on the R3 front yesterday, a little softer compound. Maybe get something with a little bit more rigidity and something that's going to be maybe not flexing as much or whatever it could be for him that he's looking for. And so he's right in the spot he wants to be in. This time yesterday, if you remember, he was a couple seconds back right off the bat.
And we go on to the front straightaway for the first time as well. And the BMW has been really fast here at MotoAmerica. So up the hill they go. That Ducati is also lightning off the corner, but it's going to be the draft and pass maneuver. No, looks like Beaubier is going to hang tight for the moment. Josh got a great run out of the final corner. And so Herrin's going to lead us on the first lap.
Herrin's in deep. Herrin's in deep. When you see a rider get that tight that early, that means they're in deep. It's good you notice it as well. Been around for a long time. You see, looks like Hunter Seiling's going to work there on the inside handlebar or clutch lever or something there. Maybe bent his clip on. So we're trying to get that thing back into position. Just a bummer weekend for STK, as we know how good this guy is, and sorry to see him in the pits.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll get out and get some more laps in, as Jake Gagne circulating back in 17th place on the racetrack. So there goes the Vision Millennium 4XR Suzuki rider, and Josh Herrin with a huge moment. Something happened.
He went through the grass a long way, too. He went through the grass a long, long way. Herrin has drawn back into the back. This is going to be a fast lap for Herrin as he's read all the way across our board. This is going to be a low 210 for the #1 Ducati, and besides the number that he's going to put up, it's going to give him a boatload of confidence.
So P1 for the Titan Cycle Racing, Cameron Beaubier, 210.0 and a 209.471 for Josh Herrin, chasing down Cameron Beaubier after his off-track excursion. That is absolutely ripping.
Yeah, but that's nothing that you wouldn't expect from him. I mean, Beaubier goes 210 flat, which I believe is the fastest race week, and Cameron just makes a mistake. So again, he could be struggling some with that front tire again, Greg, possibly, or not the tire itself, just the front end feel that you're looking for as a rider. You could tell he was very tentative on tip, and he was the #6. And by the time he got to mid-corner, he actually started to stand the bike back upright. The pace at the front looks a lot quicker than it was yesterday at this point.
The fastest lap here at Road America for a MotoAmerica Superbike, 209.025 by Josh Herrin back in 2023 in race number 2.
I'm happy to see Richie doing a little bit better today than yesterday. 2:12 flat is his best time. Last time through 2:12.5. And he's got to try to keep this pace up because this young man right here on the 78 along with Hayden Gillum is moving forward. Now the disadvantage for Benjamin is the team had a little problem yesterday in the second qualifying session. They thought they had it fixed for race 1 only to find out that they didn't. So Benjamin didn't get those laps, those crucial laps that we talk about getting in race 1 just to see if they need to make any setup changes overnight for race 2. This team's young, they're coming into their own, they've got a great setup in our paddock, and they got the right rider on the bike. So
we know that these bikes going into turn 5 before they roll off the throttle are just shy of 200 miles per hour on the fastest of the bikes that we have. But Beaubier goes fastest trap speed, and Bobby doesn't look like he is taking it easy at all. He is still working the motorcycle as hard as he can. Now 4.7 seconds back from these two. This battle is not over yet, but this is the part of the racetrack where Beaubier seems to be really dialed in and gets good drives. But it's really that turn 14 area. Is Beaubier going up alongside? No, not this time.
But you know what? This is the thing I talk about a lot. Herrin knew that he was there. The gap that Cam can close up on the exit. So under braking here, Cam looks good. And then if you watch out of the chicane, where they'll be here in a couple seconds, Cameron can draw up on the back of him and get up by close to him down to Canada corner. But in some of these medium fast type turns,
Bobby down.
There it is.
He loses the front, a big tumble, and there goes that BMW.
Oh.
And Josh Herrin now with the pressure on Cameron Beaubier. Beaubier loses it, and now Herrin has got himself a 5-second lead.
Such a horrible spot to do it. Hope Cam's going to be okay there. It looked like he just kind of slid into the gravel. They're going to get a chance to look here, Greg. A lot of lean angle. You can see Cam's doing just fine right up behind him, and there's the front. The front just goes. And let's look and see if Cam does too many flips. Yeah, he does.
Ooh.
So we're going to hope that Cam's going to just pop up from that. You see Bobby Fong go by. We're hearing Cam Beaubier is up. He's okay. When Josh Herrin comes onto the front straightaway this time, he's going to see +5 on his board. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a little look over his shoulder out of turn 1 or turn 3 to see if that, what he just read, just to kind of validate it. Hey, make sure my crew isn't messing with me.
Yeah, one of the things that you look at the Honda CBR 1000R SP2 is that it's a small looking motorcycle. And so Ashton Yates being, 6'3", 6'4", he looks a lot of elbows and a lot of shoulders on there is what he was talking about. But it's a great looking machine and so fast.
Yeah, something really weird must have happened between Hayden and Benjamin somewhere, because they've dropped over 6 seconds as Benjamin Smith's trying to work his way back through now. He goes underneath Ashton Yates down into Canada corner. They were within a couple of seconds of Escalante, and there's a 6-second gap now between Escalante and Hayden Gillum.
7.66 the last time they came by, and Herrin on his way up the straightaway to take the white flag. The final lap here at Road America 2025, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. And Herrin gets the information, the white flag flies. As we await the arrival of Bobby Fong to come across the stripe, and Benjamin Smith is now caught back up to Hayden Gillum. This is the battle for 4th place. Once again, Benjamin Smith on that full-blown Superbike, as competitive as anyone that the Attack Performance Progressive Yamaha crew has. Up the front straight, you can see the power of that Yamaha R1 just rip right by the 69 of Hayden Gillum, so that moves Benjamin Smith into 4th spot.
Something's going on with Hayden, though, because he's getting caught by his teammate there and Ashton as well. But Benjamin's done a nice recovery job here. And I'll tell you right now, after their luck yesterday, Benjamin Smith to finish 4th, that'll feel like a victory. And I think he probably could have been closer had he not had problems, because he did go at 2:12.3 as his best lap. And on this last lap, he went 2:12.7. But this guy is not really going to be caring too much about that battle for 4th or 5th or anything like that. He's thinking about banking another 25 points.
If you want to talk about someone who has to go to work and love his job, this is the guy right here, Josh Herrin. He absolutely loves to ride a motorcycle. He loves to ride it fast. He loves to ride it free. And I'm sure that there's a huge smile under his helmet right now as he makes his way around this Road America road course for the final time of the 2025 season. And what a race he has had. And he did it from the front. Nobody gave it to him. He worked so hard for it as he has a look around. And there's Bobby Fong in second place. 8.9 seconds behind is the number 50. Still riding hard.
Big day for points for him as well. And there's Escalante coming into our picture. Something going on. He's shaking his head, Greg. I don't know if something's going on with the bike, but he's shaking his head. Yeah, something's going on. It's running out of gas. Something's happening. Oh, it's running not good. If Benjamin Smith, how far back was he, Greg? He was only
11 seconds back.
A long way back.
But here comes Herrin. So we'll have to see about Richie Escalante. Josh Herrin with a long look over his shoulder. Up the top of the hill he comes with a wheel in the air. Shaking his head, takes a checker flag, and win number 2. And here comes Bobby Fong and his Yamaha. He'll crest the hill, and he's home.
Now we gotta see here and wait, don't we?
If Escalante can nurse this Suzuki home. Oh, that thing sounds a little bit rough. And there is Benjamin Smith. Can Escalante get this thing to the top of the hill? Benjamin Smith, as Escalante has to look over his shoulder, and he is able to hold on and take his visual F4X-Star Suzuki to winner's circle.
After seeing what's happened to Escalante at Daytona with running out of gas and things like that, I did not want to see the poor guy not on the podium again. So good that bike finished for him.
We'll see if he's able to get around the track on this one, JP.
Yeah, it's a cool off lap, though.
There is the option, I think, to go down into turn 5, and maybe, but I'm not sure if you can get into the pits. We'll have to see what happens.
Out of our pay grade.
Yeah,
this guy,
pay grade.
You know, the thing about Josh right now is he just looks happy all the time, and he can stunt ride, he can do it all. I mean, literally, just having twins, and he just is happy with his team, you know, and they got a very team environment where he's happy on the bike, and man, when you do that and you get results, it just continues.
The biggest thing for us, I think, after obviously seeing Herrin win and celebrate, is the fact that Cameron Beaubier was up and okay.
Yeah, that's the main thing too.
Last time he was down at this racetrack, it wasn't good for Beaubier, but we'd love to see him compete at the next round, of course, at the Ridge, in less than a month's time. But for Josh Herrin, we've talked about it. This is where his championship run started. Cam Beaubier or not, and Herrin is going to leave Road America with a maximum of 50 points. Cannot wait to hear from Herrin about how this Superbike from Road America highlights race number 2.
Man, there were some lowlights, unfortunately for me, because these two guys, a couple of our main guys, got together. Two of the nicest guys you're going to meet, Gagne and STK, had some problems right off the bat. It was Cam Beaubier and Josh Herrin that would separate themselves from Bobby Fong early, as Ben Smith and Richie Escalante took advantage of a couple of our front runners not being there at the end. Sadly, STK had some bad luck. Josh Herrin runs off the track, gets past, goes out and runs a 2:09.4. Bobby Fong there in third. This looked like the battle was going to shape up for fourth at the time. So after Josh Herrin does a 2:09.4 to drop on the back of Beaubier, he goes back past Cam as Cam made a mistake down in turn 3, and then a few laps later, Greg, oh man, I just hate seeing it, right in the middle of the carousel. We don't see that very often. Cam's sitting there wondering what happened. Josh at that point then had a 7-second lead. He runs away, gets his double for the weekend, and obviously the team are happy. Bobby Fong ends up second, and then we have Richie Escalante bringing that bike. It sounded like it was either running out of gas or something was going on with it, but he soldiers home and brings that home in third.
So Josh Herrin gets to celebrate as we head off to break. We'll be back with more coverage from race 2.